Right, so getting started on hill climbs. Find yourself a good hill. This one here is Loxley, just down the road from me. It's an example of a good beginner hill, especially with these shorter and easier gradients. What's good about this hill is that there are two sides to it. This one being the longer but flatter side, with 3 short climbs and 2 rests. The other side being steeper and shorter, shown later in the video. This climb is considerably easy. I chose it for this video because it's the first hill I ever rode up. The key to becoming stronger on climbs is to train on a harder hill. If you're not pushing yourself, you're not going to improve. You're just going to stay where you are. The first time I tackled this hill was a week into riding a road bike, and on the third and final climb I had such a burn in my legs that I just had to get off and walk. I later learned that this was the worst thing I could have done. That burn was the lactic acid build-up, which is really quite normal, and over time as you become stronger you build a resistance to it. Once you have that build-up, the best way to get rid of it is to keep spinning your legs, ride it out, and just keep pushing yourself. Usually pushing yourself enough to reach the summit, and then you can spin lightly on the way back down or on the flat section at the top. However, the best tip I can give, which will reduce the lactic acid build-up, is to spin your legs faster. Ride with a high cadence, around 80 to 90, ideally at all times and especially whilst climbing. If you're sitting around 60 to 70, then you're grinding up the climb and allowing the lactic acid to build up. The way I see it is like doing push-ups. It's far easier to do more quicker ones and fewer slower ones. And if you can't spin that quick, around 80 to 90 cadence, then just consider getting easier gearing. Positioning helps too. When climbing, being as aero as possible does little benefit, because you are fighting gravity, not the air. The best position I find myself for climbing is to place my hands inside on the bars and sit up as straight as possible. Push down on the pedals with the heel of your foot and try to keep your upper body as still as possible. It helps not waste unnecessary energy and lets you breathe deeper too. This way you're also using stronger leg muscles, and personally I find it a more focused position. As your legs wear out, you can change position and pedal back onto the front of your feet and alternate, giving different leg muscles the chance to recover. Try it out and you'll see what I mean. As for standing whilst climbing, you certainly get more power standing, but it's less efficient. It does help to stand every now and again though, to stretch yourself out, and in particular get yourself some of those harder gradients quicker. Personally, I just try to stay seated as much as possible, standing every now and again to change things up a bit. To sum up all these points, have a look at Chris Froome. He stays seated most of the time, he spins his legs quick, and you never really see him get out of the saddle, although it does look like he likes to wiggle around a lot. Anyway, thanks for watching. This was Getting Started on Hill Climbs, and this is the first climb that I ever really tackled. And like I said, if you want to get quicker on this, find yourself bigger, harder hills to train on.